All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, we have a big fight coming up at One Full Circle. It happens February 25th, and we've got that middleweight title on the line. Kiamrian Abbasov going to be taking on Reinier de Ridder, and very happy to be having Reinier on the show. How's your day going so far, man?
Very good, man. Thank you. Just did some patients, so some work in the morning. Off to train now, then rest a little bit, and then I'll be back tonight to train some more. So doing good, feeling ready, feeling sharp. Very excited to be back, and
Yeah, I felt like there was quite the string of call-outs for a little bit, so probably good to get a bout locked in.
Exactly. I was getting frustrated with no fight, so I thought I'm going to try something to get things in gear, and it seems to have worked. So now, finally, next week, I'm back.
Yeah, and within that continuum of call-outs, I mean, Abbasov's name was within that there. Like, how happy are you to have this particular matchup locked in?
Yeah, I'm very happy. So the last fight, he was scheduled already, so this was a fight I've been preparing for a long time already. He's an interesting opponent. It's quick with his hands, and it's cool that he's already a champ. So it's a champ versus champ fight, and I'm happy he's the guy.
Yeah, and it's curious because not long ago you were pursuing that double champ sort of status. Can you kind of like look at that mentality Abbasov might have and understand the particular kind of hunger one has striving for that accomplishment and trying to stymie that in your position?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big step up for him. He's pretty short, so moving up in weight is admirable. I think he's motivated and whatever. Yeah, of course.
And it seems like a middleweight showcase card in a certain sense because like Aung and Bigdash are having their trilogy, and then David Branch and Leandro Ataides on the card. So how cool is it to be, having that middleweight title fight topping it? And it seems like that showcase for the division kind of.
Yeah, definitely. It's very cool to have all these people on the card as well. I'm bummed out I don't get to watch all of it live, but I'll definitely be watching back the next day. And there's a lot of interesting fights. See what David Branch brings to the table. His first fight for one. Very keen to see Leandro back again. See how he does this time. And Aung versus Bigdash is an interesting one as well. The two wars, they've already had two wars, and I'm interested to see who wins the trilogy.
And in mentioning Leandro, I know you guys have trained at least a little bit in the past. Did you train ahead of this camp here at all?
No, I didn't see him this camp, no.
But perhaps something that would like reignite in the future if the schedules line up, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's why he doesn't visit the gym either, because he knows we might fight in the future. So I think it's better for him to train at another gym for now, and maybe after the next fight.
No, that's fair. I can understand the mentality on that. I mean, you guys are also former opponents as well, so perhaps he wants to, kind of be on that route there. But it seems like you're also excited about those newly instantiated performance bonuses there. Like, how much is that? I mean, obviously you're motivated anyway, but does that add a little extra spice to it, galvanize the performance to get that, performance bonus, as it were?
Definitely. I always go for the finish, but it's cool that they finally instituted this, and there's been a lot of good finishes already since they put it on the since they started with the performance bonuses. So I'm excited to take one home, or maybe two, like Bellator did.
Yeah, that was quite the impressive performance there for sure. But we've been kind of mentioning like some of the primary work you've gotten in training wise. Like, is Combat Brothers BJJ and MMA still the primary space? Because that kind of seems to be the case.
Yeah, definitely. I'm here full time. It's my own place, so everything is here. I'm here every day, and then 2 times a week I drive up to Leiden, train with Gegard and the guys over there, and that's pretty much what I do. That's pretty much how I get ready.
Yeah, and I saw a pic at Combat Brothers BJJ. I mean, this was a little while ago. At this point, circa the summer of working with Volkan Ozdemir. Like, who have you been mostly working with in the lead up to this fight, sparring partners wise and everything like that?
Yeah, my main guys, the same guys I always work with, Gegard Mousasi. There's a lot of good guys there. We brought in some specific boxers to mimic Abbasov. Some shorter guys to mimic Abbasov. I've been working with a lot of good guys. I've been to All Stars for a little bit in the beginning of January to see some different looks, to work there with Andreas, which has been very interesting and helpful as well. Learned a lot of new stuff, really honed my game, and I've been putting it all to work since then.
Yeah, and it seems like you've had that level of connectivity with Gegard Mousasi for a little while. Like, you guys had that Fighting Network magazine cover where you guys are like rocking the tandem belts, and I also think it's cool that both of you are readying to defend your respective middleweight titles, and on the same day, no less. So how cool is all of that?
Cool. Yeah, no, it's great. It's worked out like that a few times before now, and it's just awesome to be training together. Anyways, but definitely this way because we're both in camp. We're both in full strength, full preparation, and it's just such a good guy to have in my corner. Such a good guy to have to train with. It's such a wealth of knowledge. Nobody's more experienced. There's nobody better than him, and I'm very happy, very grateful that I get to train with him and the people around him. So.
Yeah, you touched on it well because he's like still a very relevant, active competitor, but just how long he's been in the sport. I imagine you're sitting under the learning tree certain days.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it seems like you get into a wide range of activities, though. Like, I think I saw a wrestling on the beach Instagram video there. Are you going to do a little lutte avec frappe one day, maybe? You getting ready for that?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I called out... what's his name again? Angelani. I'll do a kickboxing match with him. Do some grappling stuff. I'm down for everything. I want to make this a very active year. Planning on being over Singapore a lot. So, I'm down for everything. I'm honing my skills. I think I'm the best in the world, and I'm really happy to, really ready to showcase that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're so just well entrenched in so many different martial arts there, and one championship has indulged people getting to compete in some of those different martial arts. Like, would you be interested in stuff like that, or is it solely an MMA-minded focus? Like, would a submission grappling, like, super fight, per se, catch your interest if they offered?
Definitely. And there's some talks now. I don't think I can say much more than that, but we got something very cool planned after this fight.
Yeah, and that's oriented to, like, submission grappling. I mean, I guess I don't want you to, like, give too much of a tease, but in that kind of vein? Yeah. That's really cool. I think a lot of the One Championship fans are going to be, speculating on that and wondering who that might be, but just in the sense of what you got locked in and defined now, I mean, taking on Kiamrian Abbasov, like you said, a champion within the promotion.
That's the most important thing. That comes first, and everything else comes after. So I'm fully focused on the 25th. Nothing else matters.
And just in terms of like what you've seen from his approach, like what are the main tools he has, the main, I guess, stylistic proclivities he brings to the circle that you've noticed?
So he's got pretty fast hands. Mostly all of his attacks come from his right side. He does throw some jabs and some hooks from his left hand, but it's not really there to hurt. It's more there to measure the distance. Kicks a bit with his right side. The knee is interesting. He got his last opponent with. It's very light on his feet, moves a lot, bounces a lot. Does make some mistakes in his footwork. He likes to pressure forward, likes to move around. He gets taken down pretty regularly. Almost every fight he ends up on bottom. His jiu-jitsu is alright, but he's more of a control guy on the floor than he's very dangerous. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and I love just the, I guess, desire to always want to have like the additional goals and stuff like that. Like the 3-division champion has been an interesting kind of situation there. Like, were there any serious dialogue at any point ever about there being that Arjan Buller fight, or was it mostly just social media banter kind of stuff?
No, it was pretty much one-sided. I was the only one interested. And I think Buller is not really interested in fighting at all at the moment. I'm not sure. There might be some contract dispute or whatever. But it's still a point on the horizon for me. So let me defend my middleweight belt first. Maybe defend my light heavyweight belt second. And then if there's still an option, I would really like to go for the third one as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you get to like drill with like a lot of heavyweights and stuff to get like the reference point for like the body types? Like, has there been, I guess, moments in different training camp preparations that would give you confidence to jump in that weight category?
Definitely, I train mostly with heavyweights.
And I think your frame probably lends itself well to that. Like, I think it's like that kind of like Hodger Gracie sort of like longer frame probably like adds a lot of like leverage for jiu-jitsu positions and stuff like that.
Yeah, as well, and it makes striking a lot easier as well, because I can touch guys when they can't touch me. And both the heavyweight titles now, both the heavyweight champions right now, are a lot shorter than I am. So yeah, I think I do well against those guys, and I'm keen to show that one day. But I'm not sure if it will be the next one.
And you seem like you really want to stay active this calendar year. Is there like an ideal strength of schedule, a certain number of bouts you're looking for if you have your druthers, as it were?
Yes, every season. Have me there every season. So I'll be there in the winter, have me there in spring, have me there in the summer, and have me there in fall. And get me 4 fights, and maybe some additional stuff. Grapple a bit here, maybe...
Talking after the...
in kickboxing, yeah.
Yeah, going to be a busy year by all accounts, but one of the times we were talking after the Aung fight, actually, the second one there, you were saying the Wim Hof method was like a pretty big part of your approach there. Is that still like a big like part of your cardiovascular approach to training and everything?
Yes, absolutely. Still very thankful for everything Wim has put out. I've had the chance to meet him now, and man, it's just an amazing thing he's done. It's really helped my game, and I've been going even deeper into the breathing stuff. Yeah, a big part of my game, as it always is.
Yeah, I was going to say, the cardio really shines through in a lot of the performances. Especially the last one, just going the distance and stuff like that. Like, are those performances important, just like seeing how the, I guess, cardio pace is managed and sustained throughout that full championship duration, just having that under the belt?
Yeah, and it was the first time for me to go 5 full rounds. So, yeah, back on that contently. But this fight will definitely not go 5. I'm definitely finishing this early. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you see that coming by way of submission, maybe more of like a striking-oriented thing, or just like the general idea of finishing early kind of thing?
No, I'm choking him out.
Well, there you go. I love it. And also something that I was kind of interested in, too, because like I've been listening to a couple JHK interviews lately, and he's been referencing Kevin Lee getting paid in cryptocurrency for his, Eagle FC efforts and whatnot. And it seems like you're very much into crypto. Is that something you'd be interested in, maybe getting paid a certain portion of your fight purse in crypto, or maybe not?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not? I've been doing some research, been putting some money in, and I'd be interested in it.
And something when I was kind of going through the Instagram on a few posts there, it said, "Stay humble, you fucks." I saw that on a few posts. Where does that come from?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world right now. If you just turn on the news, it's all about show-offs, and it's all a bit much sometimes for me. And I'm a humble guy, so sometimes I need to tell people to do the same.
I just think that's a great catchphrase. I feel like that could be your personal saying going forward.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be like the next walkout shirt when you come out, maybe, like have that across it.
That's not a bad idea, but that's not going to happen for this one. I've got some cool stuff for this one planned, but yeah, we'll think of it, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm getting a couple teasers on here, some cool things to look forward to. But, in talking about the entrance, are you thinking you're going to be rocking the Roy Jones Jr. again this time? Is that the staple?
Absolutely. Yes, that's the one, the only one.
Yeah, that gets me fired up, so good to hear that there, man. But I also want to be mindful of what I presume is a busy schedule. I really appreciate getting to talk to you, man. But is there anything you might want to add as like a parting thought as we're wrapping up here?
No, man, I'm ready. I'm sharp. I'm going to showcase every part of my skill, and I'll see you all the 25th.
It's going to be an incredible fight. We have champion versus champion going down at one full circle. And like he said, February 25th, Kiamrian Abbasov and Reinier de Ridder. And just to reiterate, really appreciate you coming on the show, man. It was an awesome chat, and just you have a good rest of your day too, man.
Thank you. Have a nice day.